Ghost of Tsushima, an epic journey through feudal Japan. Now, full disclosure, this video was captured on the PlayStation 4 internal recorder. I still enjoy this game on last generation hardware because, well, there was no way in the hell I was going to pay somebody $10 for an upgrade. A simple upgrade. Nah, that's not happening, especially when a lot of these companies out here are providing upgrades for free. So apparently it's not that much of a headache to provide an upgrade. And to be honest with you, especially on live gameplay, this game still, even on the PlayStation 4, looks absolutely beautiful on my television. Now, this game is coming out on Thursday, May 16th. So we're not far away, and it's going to be the director's cut, and it's going to come with the expansion as well. And I will be double dipping. This game is definitely worth it. Now, I will say one thing. You guys know, if you follow the channel, I do not pre-order. This game's got a lot of pre-orders. That's a good thing. As much as I love this game, and as much as I expect for the game to release in a good state, I don't really feel any need to take a risk by pre-ordering it. It's going to be available. I don't understand. I don't think they're giving anything away, like any figurines or anything like that. Like if it was coming with a nice samurai statue or something like that, I could see, but I don't think so. I have to look deeper into that. But a lot of the people that I see pre-ordering it, they're just pre-ordering the game as it will come for everyone. And I don't understand, when as a community of gamers, that we're going to learn our lesson. I don't know, maybe never. But mostly what I'm looking forward to is playing this game on the Steam Deck. Now, say what you will about PlayStation. Though they have had a couple of games to release to the PC in a horrible state when it came to their optimization, for the most part, these games have been optimized pretty well. In fact, they're very Steam Deck friendly. And I got to give them credit for, just about most of the games that they release on the PC, they run super well, very well on the Steam Deck. A lot of these games come out, they have to work on it along with Valve. Valve works side by side with them, and Valve has a few tricks up their sleeve of their own. But anyway, it ends up running great on the deck later. Well, PlayStation is good about releasing these games on the day that they release, where they run extremely well on the Steam Deck. So probably about 70% of my time is going to be on the Steam Deck, and man, I am really looking forward to that. Now, Ghost of Tsushima is developed by Sucker Punch Productions, and it is a masterpiece. It's very addictive, and it offers players an immersive experience into the rich tapestry of feudal Japan. You're really going to feel like you're actually in Japan. Now, the game is set on the island of Tsushima during the Mongol invasion of Japan in 1274. The game follows the journey of your character Jinsake, a samurai warrior torn between tradition and the necessity to adopt new unconventional methods in order to save his homeland. One of the game's most striking features is its breathtaking open world design, meticulously crafted to capture the essence of feudal Japan. My wife is from Japan, and I have to tell you, she walked into the room one day and just sat down and started watching me play it, which is not a normal thing, and she was very impressed. There were a couple of exceptions that she had with the game, but for the most part, she was very impressed with how accurate it was. From the lush forests to the serene bamboo groves, and from the towering mountains, and to, being on the beaches with the wind sweeping through the air. And it's just very, very inviting for players to explore. And I would highly suggest that you explore it. You can look at the map here. You can tell that I'm pretty much a completionist. I didn't get everything yet, but I did get a lot. And I want to say this. You will be well rewarded at the end in terms of your ability to handle your enemy if you complete a lot of the objectives on the map. Now, I never get tired of the little things in games, especially this game. I just found the overall history of the game, the history of feudal Japan, very interesting. So, and like I said, I'm kind of a completionist anyway. I'm one of these people, man. A lot of times it takes me a long time to finish a game because I like to go all around the map and see everything and things like that. So, but in the end, you will be rewarded when it comes to your ability to dispatch your enemies even at the end. And trust me, when you're fighting the bad guys at the end, the way they're going to be coming at you, you are going to want to be as capable and as strong as possible. So I highly suggest that you take the time to go around and even knock out some of the most mundane objectives. Even if you're not, just do it for your own self-interest. Do it for selfish reasons, because I'm telling you, you will be rewarded. This game, it's an obvious difference between when you don't do it and when you do it. So it's up to you. You play your way, play the way that you enjoy. I'm just merely giving you the information to let you know. You use it however you want to use it. I'm just giving you the intel to let you know that when you're doing those things, you're not doing it for nothing, and you will be rewarded for it. Now, this game offers different styles of gameplay when it comes to combat. And it's the whole idea behind the game, actually. I enjoy stealth. I enjoy coming up behind my enemy and stabbing them in the back. I enjoy hitting them with bow and arrows from afar. In fact, even when I play shooters, I'm more of a sniper. I'm going to lean sniper. It's because I like taking on my enemy from a distance. I love it. Now, in this game, I chose the dishonorable route because that's my style of gameplay. Now, you don't have to do that. In this game, you have a choice. You can either fight more honorably, which is more like a samurai. I kind of want to go back and play that way and see if the end should be slightly different. I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't want to provide any spoilers or anything. Well, not any, of course. I'm showing you some footage right here, so there is some spoilers in some of this footage. But there's two styles of gameplay here. There's more of a in-your-face type of gameplay where every time you come up to a fort, you can just challenge them to come out, and you can go in, or you can do what I mostly did, which is sneak in, kill your enemies with blow darts, pick them off one by one, study their patrol patterns and things like that. And you can kill them with bows and arrows. You can kill them from the brush. You can kill them from rooftops. You can sneak up behind them and plunge your sword into their back. And I did a whole lot of that. That's like probably 85% of how I played this game. But of course, there were a couple of times when I really wanted to challenge myself and I just walked up to a fort and said, hey, come out and fight me. Or I just ran in and started fighting them inside the fort. But ultimately, it will be up to you. The game is going to provide you with all of the tools you need to take on your enemies either way you want. If you want to be a low down dirty scoundrel like me and sneak around in the shadows and through the trees and through the brush and hide around corners and on rooftops and things of that nature and take your enemy out with bow and arrows and blow darts and all of that. If you want to use smoke bombs to blind your enemies, I get a lot of satisfaction out of standing in the middle of like 5 or 6 guys, throw down the smoke bomb, they become discombobulated, and before they can gather their thoughts, they're all on the ground, deleted, dispatched, taken care of. I love that. You, on the other hand, may want to do it differently. You may want to fight these guys, straight up. Now, one of the things you're going to have to learn how to do, which is the most important thing in my opinion, is you're going to have to learn how to block. You're going to have to learn how to block, because if you don't block, I just really can't imagine how you can even make it through this game. Another thing I would suggest, even if you're not a big parrier, which I am not, learn how to parry. Just get the skill down, even if you're someone who doesn't use parry a lot, because there's a couple of bosses that's a lot less frustrating if you try to beat them with parrying. And it took me a while to figure that out. I ran into a couple of bosses that were kind of frustrating me, and then I figured out, okay, their weakness is parrying. So yeah, that helped me out a whole lot. So even if you're not a big parrier, just learn how to do it anyway. But the blocking is definitely something you're gonna have to learn how to do. If you don't know how to block, you're just not gonna make it through this game. Now, with the lower level enemies, parrying is a lot easier, and you want to use that a lot more with them because you can dispatch them a lot easier. If you don't use the parrying with the lower level enemies, the fighting can get a bit tedious. It can be done, but your fights are going to be a lot longer, and you're going to end up wearing yourself out. You're going to end up dipping and rolling. All of these things in combination are very useful. When it came to the lower level enemies, I used them all. I used blocking, I used parrying, I ran when I needed to. I rolled when I needed to. So all of those things when you're fighting the lower level enemies they're very, very useful. But you want to become familiar with parrying because like I said earlier, there are a couple of the bosses where you're gonna need to learn how to parry, even if your instinct is to run away from them. But the thing that most impressed me about the game was how it made me feel Jinsaki's quest, how they made me like take it personally. I really wanted to help him get rid of the Mongols. I really felt like I was Japanese and like I was being invaded, you know, like I really wanted to get these guys out of my homeland. And it does a really good job of pulling you in like that. I finished this game really quick. There's only been 2 games that have really made me like take everything else and put it to the side in terms of games and only play those games until I finish. That was Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3, and Ghost of Tsushima. That's it. Every other game, even if I really love them, I still managed to squeeze in some gameplay with other games. But when it came to those games, I took every other game that I was playing and I put it to the side and I didn't play anything else. I was at work thinking about those games. If I was out somewhere to dinner, I was at dinner thinking about coming home playing those games. That's how this game affected me. I mean, I was really like deep into it and really enjoying the story and really feeling every bit of it emotionally. And that's what really caught me, because even though I like the story of some other games and even, you know, Gears of War story, you know, that's not really the kind of story that really makes you feel emotional about it. So it didn't catch me in that way. But Gears of War mainly caught me because of the gameplay. I just love those games. But this game not only caught me with its gameplay, it caught me with its story. And that's something that's very rare for me in terms of a story standing out like that. You know, this game could be a very fascinating book. I'm sure there has been a book written that's very similar to this. Come to think of it, I might want to do some research on that. Another thing I like about the game was the absolute creativity that the developers put into the game. Like, for example, with the navigation, if you click on the map and choose a destination that you want to go, come out of the map, in this beautiful world, the wind is sweeping through the air, showing you the direction to go to your destination. You take this already absolutely beautiful world and you add in that wind just sweeping through the air, blowing the leaves around, blowing the beautiful leaves off the ground, swirling through the air. It's just absolutely stunning, and it's just very creative. I mean, for me, this game is really the greatest game that PlayStation made, in my opinion. So look, don't get your panties in a bunch if you don't agree with me. That's totally fine. If you're a big God of War guy or woman or whatever, that's fine. I like God of War. I like PlayStation games, but for me, this game just kind of stands out. This game was just the greatest game to me. It's the best one that PlayStation ever made, in my opinion. But look, guys, I could talk about this game forever, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. Look, if you like the video, if you like my content, please like the video. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And yeah, I'm going to do something that I hadn't been doing in the past, but I'm going to ask you to do it now. If you do subscribe, click that bell. But hey guys, the game's coming out very soon. There's going to be a lot of very happy and very satisfied people. And look, keeping my fingers crossed that this thing drops well optimized so there's no drama behind it. Like I said, I'm not going to pre-order it. I will order it the day that it comes out, which is something I think we all should do. Wink, wink. But anyway, hey guys, look, have a great weekend. And most of all, stay safe.